Right guys, welcome to the channel, The Review and I. Today I've watched the movie Morbius and I think it's an average movie. The details about the movie are here. Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but he infects himself in the form of vampire serum. Dangerously ill with a rare blood disorder and determined to save others suffering from the same fate, Dr. Michael Morbius attempts a desperate gamble. What at first appears to be a radical success soon reveals itself to be a remedy potentially worse than a disease. I think the first half of the movie was great. It goes into the backstory of Dr. Michael Morbius and his best friend Milo, and it just develops the story from there, and it's a good paced story. The first half is great, but the second half feels to me that was quite rushed. As soon as Dr. Michael Morbius gets his powers, everything after that is rushed. There's no middle part. You feel like the movie has the first part and then the last part. There's no middle part. There was no plot that was building up during the movie. Everything was happening so quick. There was no character build up. You don't feel connected to the characters. Movie could have been much better. I think the execution and the final cut, after cutting a lot of scenes that made into the final cut, has destroyed the movie in somewhat way. That's my personal opinion. I mean, you guys might like it. So powers of Michael Morbius: yes, he can fly, echolocation, enhanced powers, and yes, the blood has healing abilities. Which the whole story mainly revolves around the character of Michael Morbius. And Milo finds out that Dr. Michael Morbius has discovered a cure. He tries to convince Michael to give him the cure so he can walk again, but instead Michael refuses because he thinks it's not a cure, instead it's a curse. Milo then ends up stealing the serum for himself, which results in turning himself into a vampire, and he goes on to a killing spree, killing a lot of innocent people. Michael finds out that it's Milo behind all of this. He tries to stop him, tries to convince him, but with no luck. Milo then ends up killing Dr. Nicholas, who was like a father figure to these two kids growing up, and he was like a mentor. Then he ends up killing the love interest of Dr. Michael Morbius, Martine, and he goes on killing spree. Then Michael decides to inject him with a serum, which is like an antidote, like a poison to bats and humans, which ends up killing him at the end of the movie. Right guys, let's talk about the downs and negatives of the movie. Number one, the movie was really rushed in the second half, so you don't feel connected to the story. Everything's happening so fast. Number two, the character build-up was really bad. I mean, the character of Agent Simon Strode, that could have been a lot better. That could have had a lot of depth to it, but again, it did not make any sense. His presence did not make any sense. It was just horrible the way they executed it. Number three was that the movie was really predictable. I mean, you saw what was going to happen from miles away. Right, so these were the bads of the movie. Now let's come back to the IMDb rating. IMDb rating of the movie is 5.2 out of 10, which is quite bad. And the show running time is 1 hour and 44 minutes, but I think that's including the credits and end credit scene. I think it's an average movie. I would give it 6 out of 10. And yes guys, this was my review of the movie Morbius. We will make another video soon. Keep an eye out for it. It's going to be explaining the end credit scene. We will go into the depth of it. And yes, please do like and subscribe our channel. It definitely helps. Thank you for watching The Review and I.